Once the recording will start, I will start. Okay. Good morning, all of you. I welcome you all for this online lecture on advanced machining process or non-conventional machining process. Okay. And today we shall continue that our electrochemical machining process. So already in the last three lectures we have discussed one working principle of electrochemical machining process as well as all the setup or component applications process parameters that we have discussed. And today we are going to discuss some hybrid machining process. Okay, hybrid machining process using electrochemical machining concept. Okay, once again I am repeating, today we are going to see the hybrid machining process using electrochemical machining concept. Okay, and in that as per the syllabus we have the electrochemical grinding ECG, this process. Okay, so first we shall discuss this electrochemical grinding process. Okay, because at the time of the unit number one, we have already discussed that hybrid process means what. So here we shall hybrid process means what? We shall combine one non-traditional machining process and one conventional machining process. Okay, one non-traditional or non-conventional machining process and one conventional machining process. If you go for this combination, then we'll get the hybrid machining process. Okay, so this electrochemical grinding, it is a combination of electrochemical machining and our conventional grinding. So it is hybrid machining process. Okay, and as in this electrochemical grinding process, we combine electrochemical machining and grinding operation, that means the conventional grinding operation. So due to that it is a electrochemical grinding operation. Okay, so we shall start with this electrochemical grinding. Okay, you can see in the on the slide. So this electrochemical grinding is a electrolytic material removal process which involving negatively charged abrasive grinding. Okay, involving negatively charged abrasive grinding wheel as well as a conductive fluid electrolyte it is required, and also we need a positively charged workpiece. Okay, positively charged workpiece. Okay, once again I will repeat. In this electrochemical grinding process, it involves negatively charged abrasive grinding wheel. Okay, negatively charged abrasive grinding wheel like our tool. Okay, then it again involve conductive fluid electrolyte. Okay, conductive electrolyte fluid and positively charged workpiece. Okay, that means anode. So here in this electrochemical grinding process, workpiece metal it deflects to the in that electrolyte solution. Okay, workpiece metal. Okay, that will deflect the electrolyte solution. And electrochemical grinding, again this process is similar to electrochemical machining, except that here cathode is a specially constructed as a that grinding wheel. Okay, grinding wheel shaped cathode is a specially constructed grinding wheel shaped. Okay, like the counter to be machine. Okay, like the counter to be machine. So the basic question arises is that what is the conventional grinding wheel? What is the conventional grinding wheel? Okay, that we should know. So for that purpose, we'll first go for this conventional grinding wheel. So in conventional grinding wheel, actually abrasive particles are actually bonded together. Okay, and you need that bonding material like a resin bond. You can use like in resin bond, it is bonded together. And workpiece also for workpiece may be electric conducting material you can use, or electric non-conductive material also. Okay, so any kind of material can be polished by your normal conventional grinding wheel.
Okay, here grinding wheel means what? Grinding will have the abrasive particles, okay, which are actually bonded together. To bond the material, you need some bonding material, okay, like a resin bond, okay. So due to that, your bonding material, it will bond together, okay. And you can grind any workpiece material, that means electric conductive or electric non-conductive, okay. In this I'm talking about the conventional grinding, okay. So any kind of metal can be grind or polished by this normal conventional machining operation. And conventional grinding, it gives good surface finish and low tolerance value. So but it produces burr actually, as we know that it produces burr. So after whatever after grinding operation, no, so you will see there are burr formation at edges may occur, okay. Also there is a heat affected zone is there in conventional grinding operation. And also there are thermal residual traces are there, okay, because it is in conventional grinding it is shearing operation occurs, okay, by abrasive particles, okay, from your workpiece metal. So there is a deformation takes place during the shearing operation by these abrasive particles in conventional grinding operation. So there is a burr are formed. And then that time that HZ, that means the heat affected zone also there, okay. So these are the some disadvantages of our conventional grinding operation. And another disadvantage is that there is a thermal residual trace is generated on your workpiece surface, okay. So in case of this conventional grinding, 100% material removal takes place by abrasive action. So by sharing by this abrasive particle, totally it removes the 100% material by your abrasive action, okay. So abrasive action is important in conventional machining, okay. But now you can look at this slide. In case of this electrochemical grinding, actually electrochemical grinding operation, in case of this, 90% of material is removed by grinding operation, okay. 90% material is removed by grinding action, and remaining 10% of material removed uh, actually that 90% material is removed by the electrochemical machining operation. And remaining that 10% of material removal is taking place by grinding operation, okay. 90% by electrochemical machining operation, and 10% by grinding operation. So these are the, in this slide you can see two use or two pictures I have shown. First is related to the normal conventional grinding operation, and second one is the electrochemical grinding operation. Okay, so in first case you will see that there is a off grinding here. Okay, off grinding is there. Okay, so this is a, as you can see, contact between arc, that arc contact arc length is here. Okay, contact arc length you can see, contact arc here, okay. That is contact arc length. So here in that contact arc length, it is totally in contact with your that surface. So this grinding wheel, your abrasive particles are totally in contact with your workpiece metal, okay, in conventional grinding machining. But in this case you can see there is a rotation of grinding wheel, okay. So there is a rotation of the grinding wheel in case of the electrochemical grinding action also, grinding action here. So here there is a decreasing gap, okay. Your whatever that gap is there, no, so that is going to decrease. You can see here decreasing gap is there, okay. So what happened actually, initially this gap between your wheel and workpiece is more, and you can see that on this and wheel is that gap is more. And when this gap is actually, it is reducing in cost of this electrochemical operation, grinding operation. After that, in that zone you can see it, in that zone grinding wheel in contact with your workpiece, it will come, grinding wheel, it will come in contact with your workpiece. So initially you can see there is no contact between your grinding wheel and workpiece. So but up to that some contact will be there, but there is some gap is there. Okay, now that grinding using this electrochemical machining, it happens in three different zones are there. Okay, three different machining zones are there in case of this electrochemical grinding operation. So these kinds of decreasing gap is not visible in case of your conventional, you can see, but in non-conventional machining grinding process this gap you can see. Grinding wheel, it is totally in contact with workpiece surface, but in case of uh, actually it is in total contact with your conventional. But in case of electrochemical grinding uh, operation, there is a little bit of gap is there in between your grinding wheel and workpiece. So in electrochemical grinding workpiece should be here, the one condition is that your workpiece should be electrically conductive, so that it so that is a main constant that you have to maintain. Okay, so but in normal conventional grinding operation, any kind of workpiece, whether it is electric conductive or non-conductive, can be machined by this conventional grinding operation. But in non-conventional machining process or electrochemical grinding operation, that time your workpiece material should be electric conductive. So whatever that little bit gap is there between your that rotating grinding wheel and your workpiece, so in that gap electrolyte is used during this electrochemical grinding. And after proper filtration, normally that electrolyte, it is recirculated. Okay, whatever the working principle of your electrochemical machining is, that same working principle is used for this electrochemical grinding. Okay, so in this electrochemical grinding operation, your this wheel, okay, grinding wheel, uh, and your workpiece normally is dipped inside this electrolyte chamber. Your workpiece and your grinding wheel, it is dipped inside your electrolyte. Okay, it is dipped inside the electrolyte chamber. And same that after usage of that same electrolyte, it is recirculated after filtration. So as it is recirculated, it should be filtered during that machining operation. And during this electrochemical grinding operation, whatever debris particles are there, no, so it will be there in between the interlude gap, so that it why that electrolyte or this property also changes because of that sludge. Okay, whatever that debris particles, it comes into that your electrolyte solution. Okay, so it has to be filtered, that electrolyte. And also in this electrochemical grinding operation, the bonding material of the grinding wheel should be electrical conductive. The bonding material of your grinding wheel, it should be electric conductive, but which is not there in case of conductive your conventional grinding machine. Okay, in conventional grinding operation, this bonding material is not electric conductive, but in case of this electrochemical grinding, here metallic bonding material is used, so that the bonding material should be relative conductive. That point you should remember. Okay, so for once again I repeat, for electrochemical grinding wheel, bonding material should be electric conductive. Okay, here you can see. And in this electrochemical grinding operation, your grinding will acts as a cathode. Okay, so in electrochemical grinding machine, grinding will, it will act as a cathode, and your workpiece will act as a anode. Okay, so material removal will be takes place by electrochemical dissolution by electrochemical machining, and that its count is, or its value is 90%. Material removal takes place by electrochemical electrolytic dissolution or electrochemical machining, that electrochemical dissolution. So that is 90%, and remaining 10% material removal is taking place by mechanical abrasing, or that means your grinding mechanical abrasing, and that is 10%. Okay, so that Material removed by mechanical abrasion or mechanical shear, it is 10%. So you can see that here 90% or here 90% material is removed by electrochemical machining, that means electrochemical dissolution, and the remaining 10% material is removed by mechanical abrasion. Okay, so here using this electrochemical grinding process you can achieve maximum or higher material removal rate. Okay, so here in electrochemical grinding operation we use abrasive particles. Okay, in this electrochemical operation, this abrasive particle which is actually producing from your grinding wheel, they are on your electrochemical grinding wheel. You can see grinding wheel, on that grinding wheel we have the abrasive particles, you can see. So these abrasive particles are actually uh, producing from your grinding wheel. Okay, and it will act as a barrier. Okay, so it acts as a it will act as a interlateral gap. Okay, and also it as a act as a barrier in between your grinding wheel and your workpiece. Okay, and again it that what are the abrasive particles are there, no, so it does not allow your grinding wheel material to touch your uh, workpiece surface, because whatever these abrasive particles are there, no, so which are these are the producing from your grinding wheel, it acts as a barrier. Okay, so it does not allow your metallic bonding material to touch your workpiece surface. Okay, so that time you have to maintain your proper inter-electrode gap. Okay, so you can see in this the height of abrasive particle producing outside the bonding material of the wheel, it maintains the constant inter-electrode gap. So this abrasive particle actually as a spacer, you can see abrasive particles. Okay, and in between that inter-electrode gap we have to give the that electrolyte. Okay, you can see. And whatever that machining or the grinding operation occurs, actually it occurs in the three phases or three stages. Okay, once again I am repeating that why only the 10% machining is done by mechanical abrasion, and remaining that 90% by my electrochemical grinding operation. So there is a high wheel life, okay, which is expected from this electrochemical grinding operation. So if we consider this grinding wheel, your electrochemical grinding wheel, then in that electrochemical grinding whatever the wheel life is there, no, so that is more than your 10 times wheel life than the your conventional grinding operation, because in electrochemical grinding there is only 10% mechanical abrasion is there. Okay, whatever the mechanical abrasion is there, that is 100% in case of the conventional, but here only 10%. So due to that wheel life is more than 10% of that, so 10 times of that. And here in the electrochemical grinding we have to use the electrolyte. Okay, and that we, electrolyte we have to flow in between your that interval gap between your wheel, that means abrasives, and your workpiece. Okay, and normally used electrolyte in this electrochemical grinding operation is the sodium chloride, that is NaCl solution, or sodium nitrate solution also used. So these are the commonly used electrolytes which is used during this electrochemical grinding operation. Okay, so now in this slide you can see uh, working principle of electrochemical grinding operation. Okay, working principle of electrochemical grinding operation. So this is a grinding wheel, you can see this is a grinding wheel. Okay, which is rotating grinding wheel, it is rotating and grinding you can see grinding wheel is rotating in anti-clockwise direction here, and here your workpiece is there, you can see workpiece is here. Okay, actually it is moving from your left side to right side. Okay, so this is the uh, and whatever the anti-clockwise rotation is, what it is downwheeling operation. So it is like a downwelling operation. And already I told that there is a interlude gap, and that gap is a decreasing gap. Okay, that gap is decreasing. Here you can see that gap is decreasing gap. So this interlude gap, if you see here, interlude gap is more here at starting. Here at starting that gap is more, and while coming to the point, that means here you can see what are the red circle I have shown. So that portion, or at that point your interlude gap is reduced. Okay, so from here to here, that means from this point to this, interlude gap is reducing. So here in actually there are three different zones are there. Okay, actually in between these three different zones are there. Okay, one, two, and three. Okay, one, two, three, these are the three different zones or the stages. Okay, in the first zone, uh, and after that, that momentum or the rotation of the intergraph, and it will comes through these three zones, no. Then after that you will get the that your after that you will get the material removed from this process. Okay, so that individual zones are actually shown here at downside. One, two, okay, and these three, these are the three stages or the zones, okay, which are occurring while that electrochemical grinding operation. Three zones. Okay, you can see zone number one, zone number two, zone number three. So in zone number one, only this electrochemical machining it predominates. Okay, electrochemical machining or that electrochemical dissolution only happens. Okay, it predominates because here grinding wheel does not touch your workpiece metal. So in zone 1 your grinding wheel does not touch your workpiece here, that means your workpiece material. So only there is a electrochemical machining operation, or you can call anodic dissolution is there into your into in that zone number 1. And because these whatever the abrasive particles are there, so that this grinding wheel does not touch your workpiece material. So there is a decrease in gap in that zone number 1. But in zone number 2 you can see, zone number 2 here, or stage number 2, you can see abrasive particles or grinding wheel, it touches the workpiece surface. It touches the your workpiece surface, abrasive particles. Okay, once again I am repeating, your grinding wheel is going to act as a cathode, not that abrasive, because abrasives are on your grinding wheel. So abrasive particles or grinding wheel, it touches the workpiece surface. So here both that electrochemical machining and grinding operation, both that mechanical abrasing, you can call grinding, instead of grinding operation you can call a mechanical abrasing and electrochemical machining. So both it takes place only in this zone number 2. Okay, zone number 2. Okay, and if you see the zone number 3, no, zone number 3 here, once again your grinding abrasive wheel or grinding wheel, actually it is lifted from your workpiece metal, so it is lifted here. So again it does not touch your grinding surface, so workpiece surface in zone number 3. So in zone number 3 also there is a abrasive particles, or there is no mechanical abrasion happen. So only electrochemical grinding, electrochemical or anodic dissolution is there in zone number 3. In zone number 3, what it, so you can see in zone number 2, no, actually what happened in zone number 2, you can see in zone number 2 you can see there is a average particles are there. Okay, and this you can see one abrasive particle is there, and bonding material of the your wheel, which is metallic bonding material, so that it is negative charged cathode. So grinding wheel, it is negative charged, it is cathode, and workpiece is anode here. So in between these two abrasive particle, you can see your electrolyte, it is making a small cell. Here electrolyte, it is making a small cell, and you can see there is a small cell is there, a small electrochemical cell it is generated. So in that cell, actually ionic dissolution will happen, and due to that, metal is removed from your workpiece surface. You can see there in that stage number 2 or zone number 2, there is a small cell electrochemical grinding electrochemical cell is there, and from that cell actually machining is going on um, by electrochemical machining, and also at the same time abrasive particles are touching to your workpiece surface. So by mechanical abrasing, also that material is removed from your workpiece material. So there are two processes are there in stage number 2. Okay, by electrochemical operation, anodic dissolution plus mechanical abrasion, okay, which is visible in that figure here. Okay, so here you can see once again same diagram. So in stage number 1, you can see material removed by electrochemical dissolution. In phase number 2, material is removed by electrochemical dissolution and abrasion. And third, only okay. So these are the three phases. So I request all of you, please draw this diagram. Okay, all of you, please draw the diagram. After that, I will explain the remaining part. Then this diagram. This is also important. Through this figure, I have shown that three phases of or stages of electrochemical grinding material removal. So I told that three zones are there. Okay, in zone number 1, it is a purely electrochemical dissolution takes place. Once again, I repeat, in zone number 1, here pure electrochemical dissolution takes place, and wheel rotation that will help in drawing the your electrolyte. Okay, once again, I am repeating. In zone number 1, it is purely electrochemical dissolution takes place. So purely electrochemical dissolution takes place in zone number 1, and there is wheel rotation is there. And because of this wheel rotation, it drags your electrolyte into the your interelectrode gap. So because of this rotation of this wheel, it drags the electrolyte into the interelectrode gap in zone number 1. Okay, so there is a dragging of this electrolyte will takes place. At the same time, electrochemical dissolution is going to takes place. So their hydrogen gas bubbles are evolved at the cathode, as we know that during the electrochemical machining, that hydrogen gas bubbles will be evolved at a cathode. And also there is a material mechanical, means the metallic sludge are actually generated. So because of this metallic sludge or the debris you can call, or whatever the machining products are there, no? So actually that mechanical sludge, it is little bit increase in uh, increase that electrical conductivity, but whatever this gas bubbles are, the hydrogen gas bubbles are generated, no? So because of that, electric conductivity of your electrolyte actually it reduces. Okay, so that point also you need to keep into the mind. So small amount of metal is removed by this zone. Okay, and your internal gap, it is high as comparatively other zone. And actually electrolyte get trapped between your average grid and workpiece top surface, and due to that it forms a electrolytic cell. Okay, due to that it forms a electrolytic cell. So your once again I'm repeating that your electrolytes get trapped in between these two abrasive particles. You can see, and your workpiece top surface. Okay, it's about the zone number one. Then zone number two. In zone number two, uh, actually pressure is high, and because of this electrolyte, or that because of grinding wheel is rotating with a very high rpm, that is maybe 1200 to 1800 or 1400 meter per minute. So this peripheral velocity of your grinding wheel, uh, so it is reducing at a very high rpm. So because of that actually your huge amount of pressure generated in zone number 2. So also there is a converging gap is there in zone number 2. So there is actually that average grinding and your piece, it comes very close to the each other in zone number 2. Okay, so in that zone number 2, average grain abrade the workpiece surface, and due to that, as a result, they remove the material from your workpiece and oxidize a layer from, if any, from your workpiece. Here, the water the metal is removed now, so that will be in the form of your chips. Okay, and what are the oxide layers will get now? So actually it removes in it helps, that oxide layer will helps in electrochemical remove that electrochemical dissolution. Okay, so that sometimes we need mechanical assistant uh, at electrochemical grinding process. And in zone number 3, as we know that in that zone there is no contact between abrasive grain and your workpiece surface. So we'll start lifting of your work surface. So hence the material removal takes place by only electrochemical dissolution. Okay. Again, that electrochemical dissolution, it removes the scratches and burr which are formed in the zone number 2 on your workpiece surface. Okay, so these are the three different zones which are occurs during your grinding operation, electrochemical grinding. Okay, now let us discuss this electrochemical machine tool. So I request all of you, please draw this diagram first, then we'll go for the next. Electrochemical grinding machine tool. So you can see This the diagram I have shown, that is a machine tool of the your electrochemical grinding machine tool. So you can see here, this is a grinding wheel. You can see this is your grinding wheel here, and that metal bonded grinding wheel, which is negatively charged, okay, which is conducted, which is connected to the that cathode. Okay, so that negative charged here, and there is a nozzle is here. There is a nozzle is here. So this nozzle is, work of this nozzle, actually it flows the electrolyte in between your that gap, that means in between grinding wheel peripheral surface and your workpiece. Okay, so that means in between that interval gap, your nozzle, it will flows the electrolyte into that inter gap. Now this grinding wheel is there, and this is the shaft of that grinding wheel shaft. Okay, so actually this is a rotating shaft is there. Whatever the shaft is I have shown now, this is rotating shaft. So now this grinding wheel shaft is actually it is negative charge. So how to give current to this negative charge, that negative charge current to this shaft? So there are two different ways. You can there are two different ways are available. Okay, you can give current to this shaft here. Okay, so either you can use a brass or you can use a graphite. So generally in market, graphite brushes are used. Okay, so within this graphite brushes you can use you current to the grinding wheel, okay, shaft, grinding wheel shaft, or you can dip that shaft inside the mercury content. So inside that mercury content you can dip that shaft, and then because of that mercury, it is elite conductive material is there. Okay, so you can flow the current to the shaft by this two different way. Okay, either brass or mercury dipping. Okay, so this is a DC power supply is there. You can see here DC power supply is here, and from the DC power supply, this negative charged one, it's connected to the grinding wheel. You can see. Hmm? And uh, and the positive terminal you can see it is connected to your workpiece. Okay, now here through this nozzle you are giving this your electrolyte. Okay, flowing that electrolyte at the intergalactic gap, this gap, correct. And both your grinding wheel, that means part of grinding wheel, and the workpiece, it is dipped inside the your that electrolyte. So that means electrolyte chamber. Okay, so as wheel is rotating with the high rpm, then this effective flowing of electrolyte, that in between that interlock, that we have to be ensure. So there is a flow meter and a pump, and then there is a fluid is there. Okay, there is a, you can see this this element. Okay, again we need some filtration. Okay, by taking for circulation we need some that filtered. Okay, so after that filtering, actually it is again it is flown through this nozzle. So there is a wheel and electrolyte is there, and this electrolyte it is recirculated during this your electro grinding operation. Okay, you can see. So you can see this you can see this is a carbide tip of the cutting tool. Okay, it is actually sharpened. Okay, so this carbide tip it is sharpened, this one carbide tip. Okay, so through this nozzle you can see here we have the nozzle. Through this nozzle you can see no, that electrolyte is flown at this interval gap. So here actually it is through this brushes actually, and in this through this brushes. Okay, this shaft, grinding wheel shaft, you can give current using that brush. Okay, and current to the shaft, to the your grinding wheel, you can give. Again you're connected that bonding material, it is bonded to your grinding wheel. Okay, you can see this. So this is another diagram. Okay, this one and this one. So you can in exam you can draw anyone, no problem. So I request all of you, please draw this diagram also. Because your carbide tool is there, no, that carbide tip of cutting tool, actually it is need to grind. So for that purpose this operation you can use. So your workpiece will act as your that carbide tip will act as a workpiece. Okay, so in between the carbide tip and the grinding wheel there is a insulating that abrasive particles are there. Okay, insulating abrasive particles you can see. Okay, and that gap we have to maintain. Okay, and sodium nitrate you can use as a electrolyte for this case. Again that machining okay, Samuelson draw the diagram, I will just explain. So what are the machining are there, so are made of that made of non-corrosive because total machining area or electrolyte is there. Okay, so machining area is made up of normally non-corrosive and electric non-conductive. Okay, and power supply we have to provide to your grinding wheel. Okay, and during this operation there is a low probability of that short circuit. Okay, because grinding will actually it maintain that minimum gap between your workpiece and your that wheel grinding material. Okay, so let's need to that short circuit cutoff device. Please draw this diagram.